Hello, hello, hello everybody. How are all my friends today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. It is Tuesday, September 24th at 9:19 a.m. here on the beautiful island of Oahu. I've given you guys a weather forecast recently. It's rained like the whole weekend. Poured through yesterday. We don't get rains like that here normally, so hot, humid, and rainy. Actually, it's clear now. It's going to be a sunny, hot day today. It is 81 so far, going up to 90 or something. Who knows? Yeah, because I will be here, either in front of the camera or in front of the computer is where you can find me today, which is all right with me. Ran all over the place yesterday for doctor's appointments, PT appointment. Oh, not a doctor, a dentist appointment. First dentist appointment since 2017. Didn't bother to find one in Maryland. Finally found one here. Hate the dentist. But luckily, the dental hygienist said I had done a good job of keeping my teeth clean, not having been for a while, so all is good. Check, that is done. Thursday I have mammogram and ultrasound. And then check, that is done. So yeah, get all of these appointments out of the way and then I'm clear for 6 months. So that is good. I don't have a whole lot of news for you today. Haven't really watched much Flosstube since last week. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I did see a very interesting video that I'm going to share with you in the description below. And I forget, somebody else shared this. Oh, I think it was on Mary Corbett's newsletter this past week. Rust printing. This is an ancient Italian tradition of creating inks, mostly like reddish rust inks from rust oxide, and using molds to print on fabric. And they have this big wheel type thing that they use to, it's hemp fabric, I think, that they use to kind of soften up the cloth. And then they use this, like I said, ancient techniques for rust printing. It's fascinating. They have molds from like the 1600s. Now, a lot of the ones that are old, they can't use because they are all wooden molds and they start to deteriorate. So they just hand carve a new one of the same print. Fascinating. So I will be linking that below if you think that's something you might be interested in. Yeah, so like I said, not a whole lot of news. I do need your help with something. Well, I need your help with several things. Today's video, so I'll show you my progress on my whips from over the weekend. I will be doing a shop update at the end, kind of like Caroline of Off the Grid Needle Arts does. I will share an update, a shop update in every Flosstube, but I'll put it at the end for those of you that aren't interested at all. But one, and I have a few things with the shop stuff that I need your help with. I need your opinions on. But something else that I need your help with. Farewell to anger. All right, so back up a bit. I've mentioned Pattern Keeper, the new app for cross stitch. As far as I know, my patterns don't work in it yet. I do have more information on that in a second. Let me finish this thought because I forgot about that thought. I didn't make a note of it and I need to remember to tell you. But so farewell to anger. I bought a Fire 8 in order to be able to use Pattern Keeper because it does not work on iOS devices yet, only on Android. At this point, my patterns don't work on it, neither do Cross Stitch Collectibles, which is what my fractal bookmark is. So I wanted to play with Pattern Keeper, not necessarily start a pattern, but bring a pattern into it so I could just kind of play with it a little bit. So I was going to bring Farewell to Anger in, because that, we will be starting that stitch along in January, right? And January, my God, it's almost October, people. January is going to be here before you know it. It's almost October. How did that happen? It's almost been a year since we've been here. Mind blown. Anyway, I bought Farewell to Anger maybe in 2017, early 2018. I've had it for a long time. And when I bought it, I must have downloaded it right into Knit Companion, which would be fine in a world without Pattern Keeper. However, Knit Companion, when you save off to Dropbox, it saves off with a proprietary file. It's a KCP, Knit Companion, I don't know what the P stands for. So of course it's not a PDF any longer, which means because Pattern Keeper only reads PDFs, it means I cannot bring that pattern out of Knit Companion and into Pattern Keeper. I have looked everywhere. I think when I got it, I just put it into Knit Companion and I didn't save it anywhere else like Dropbox. I don't think I was even using Dropbox at that time, because it was fairly close to my return to cross stitch, and so I hadn't gotten into all that yet, basically. So that means I need to buy, okay, and here's a pet peeve. Heaven and Earth Designs, you cannot, they don't, as far as I know, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, if you do not save off your PDF, you cannot go back into your account and re-download it. I don't even think they give you, like, you have 5 downloads. I think you download it, and then if you don't save it, you're shit out of luck, basically. I think that's wrong. For my site, if you buy it, you have access to it forever. Crap happens with technology, right? We lose things. Things break. Even with the best laid plans, backed up here, backed up there, things go missing. So if you lose your PDF, if you can't get it, if it's gone missing, you can always come back to your account and re-download it. As far as I know, like I said, you can't do that with Heaven and Earth Designs. So that means I'm going to have to buy Farewell to Anger again. So what I'm asking for you guys is let me know if there's a 50% off sale so I can go and get it at 50% off on Heaven and Earth Designs. You know, sometimes. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Let's see. The other thing I'm thinking about is starting a Facebook group. So I have my Facebook page, and on Facebook, pages are meant to be more of business type things. So you get information from me on my page, and you can interact with me, but it's not necessarily easy to interact with each other. You can within a thread, but it's not like, I believe if somebody, if somebody else posts something, either I have to approve it or it is under some tab that says customer posts or others posts or something like that. So it's not easy to get to. So anyways, I'm thinking about creating a group, Jan Hicks Creates Stunning Cross Stitch Designs group, because, and this idea is thank you to Carolyn Zook, CZ Stitch, because we're going to do a sale of my designs. I've had a bunch of you buy them. I think there'll be more, hopefully. So yeah, let's do a stitch along. I don't know when to start. I mean, these are big pieces, so it's going to be like, you have to build the you know, get all the material, and you might not do that all at once. Let's say December 1st. No, because people want to do Christmas stitching. All right, so January 1st is the start of the Farewell to Anger sale. Let's go ahead and make January 1st the start of the Jan Hicks Creates stitch along as well. Because, you know, why not start multiple big projects on January 1st? Actually, I will have my Santa Fe decor, and that's the one that's going to work with for my stitch along. I'll be stitching along on that for a long time. High res, big piece, lots of colors, yeah. So yeah, I haven't created the group yet, but I will here this week sometime, and I'll let you guys know. Jan Hicks Creates Stunning Cross Stitch Designs. So I hope you will join me if you are going to be stitching any of my designs, if you want to share with others, if you just want to see what other people are doing and how these patterns are looking as people stitch them. I would love for you to join me. Something else went zip zip. But yeah, I'll let you guys know when that's up. Seazook Stitch. She is closing in like this far from 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't checked out Carolyn yet, please do. She will be having a giveaway when she hits 1,000, and one of the giveaways will be one of my patterns. So of the winner's choice. So Seazook Stitch, she will be linked below. Let me actually put a note, because I don't have a note. If I could spell, it would help. I don't have a note about that. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's all the newsy stuff. I have my whips, just a little bit. Actually, the only haul is from Fat Quarter Shop, their new products to share with you. So let's get started. I have a finish. Now, if you haven't seen this, where I've posted it all over the world, all over the cross stitch world, Mushrooms Botanica, Elisa Ocneus, stitched on 28 count unknown blue linen from my stash. Mushrooms #1 is finished. I have to tell you, I had so much fun doing this back stitch. I mean, it just changed, totally changed the look of this piece. I love it. What I didn't have so much fun with was the knots. I had forgotten there are French knots scattered all through this. I do colonial knots, at least I think that's what they are. They were kind of a pain, but #1 is done. It's not ironed yet. #2 is started. And you talk about a totally different feel. So this is a pale green. I hope it's coming out okay. This is a pale green 32 count, so this is going to be slightly smaller than this one. It's still 2/2 with the called for, but this just, I mean, I was thinking stitching as I was working on it last night. This obviously has such a bright, airy feel to it compared to this one. This is like moody and mysterious, right? And then you get this bright green. This isn't a Jobelin actually. And it's just happy and cheerful. What I think I'm going to do once I get this is the middle, that big mushroom in the middle there. Once I get that finished, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the back stitch just so I can get a real feel for, you know, kind of what it's gonna feel like, what it's gonna look like. I have a month yesterday until the boys get here. So I am pretty much going to be monogamous on the mushrooms until I get it done. I feel like I got a lot done in the past couple days, so I think it's going to go fast. You know, I have in my mind how long the first one took, but that's because I didn't stitch on it for long periods of time, right? So I think it's going to go, you know, pretty quickly, concentrating on it, but expect to see a lot of the mushrooms over the next month. Having said that, though, I did take a break over the weekend and worked on my bookmark a little bit more. I love it. I love it. And I also started Santa Fe decor. Little tiny bit. This is a 28 count. It's called, the color's bay leaf. It's a 28 count even weave, probably Lugana. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and get this started. I want to be able to offer you guys a look at what one of my patterns stitch up. So I will probably work on this on Sundays, so at least I can get some progress going on it. Now, the other reason I wanted to start it is because I wanted to test out my new floss project system, I guess we'll call it. So that's the separate little coin stamp pages that I got. I am keeping it in this binder thing, the pages. I was going to use a 3-ring binder, but I decided that a 3-ring binder, you know, if I have my Lowry stand in front of me, getting out a 3-ring binder and having to work with that bulk, even though it's not like it's that many pages, would just be a little bit too much. So I got this. My pages just sit in it nicely. And then I can just pull out what I need. I think I do have room at the top. This one isn't slid down the whole way. To put tabs on it with the numbers so I can see which sheet has which floss color numbers on it. Overall, I think this is working. The only disappointment I have at this point is that the floss isn't staying as neatly coiled up on the felt as I had hoped it would. It's not like it's a big deal. It's not like it's going anyplace, but you can see it's kind of all just like jumbled down here, and you know, but it works. I like having the needles in there. It's easy to get to. Yeah, it's compact, it's convenient, so I think it's going to work quite well. And it does definitely speed up the process, having the strands of floss here, having the needles loaded. I feel like it helps things to move along better. So that is, that's what I've worked on this week. I think I got a lot of progress done on everything. And just because I love it so much, oh gosh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Like I said, really didn't get any haul. I did get my next month's magazine from the Cross Stitch Guild. There's some cute patterns in it. I think my favorite one is probably this one, the poppy. Although this little needle book is really cute. Little Book of Indigo. I don't know whether it's actually a needle book. It's just a little book. I guess there's a series on their website of little books dedicated to certain colors, and this is indigo. So there's different designs on each page that are all blues. And how can you go wrong with blues? And this one says, and a sapphire sky anon. And I can't really, I guess it's just supposed to be a cloud. Can't really tell. A wave? Not if it's a sky, I don't know. And then there's the last one with the denim heart on it. I think that's a really cute little project. But yeah, there's a lot of a little, I call this a what bow? Autumn what bow? Scissor fob is what it looks like to me. You know, different words for everything. An assisi tile. They call this a lily tile. That looks like an iris to me. I don't know. They have this, I showed you this bell pull in their catalog on their website, which is just a stunning piece. So I have one more month of this. I got the 3-month taster option, I think. I'll decide after I see the magazine next month if I'm going to extend or not. I'm sure they will send me a reminder email. I'm sure they will continue to send me reminder emails until I do something. So, that is all of that. Oh, wait, no, stash. Stash that's not really stash. So, I got this box in the mail yesterday from Fat Quarter Shop. I am on their list, and there's several of us out there in the Flosstube world who get these. I am on their list to get their new products every time they have a release. None of these really thrill me or are my style, so all of these will be included in the giveaways for the giveaway, my 6,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm creeping up on that by the end of the year. And I have this stuff, and I think I have some other stuff stashed upstairs. Words. All right, so they have more stitch cards. More of this, like, what are they? The farmer's daughter type of thing. So these are very scarecrow, tractor, veggies, and a quilt block. 2 of those. Their latest, excuse me if I look like I slept wrong last night. My neck is killing me. I took some Motrin. Their newest cross-stitch pattern called Quilting Love. So all reds and pinks. Quilt squares. Again, pretty, just not my style. And kind of off-season. You would expect this closer to Valentine's Day, but it is pretty. Actually, some of these remind me of those peppermint kisses or peppermint candy things. But 2 of those. And then, last but certainly not least, 2 for my quilting friends out there. 2 of these books. 2. Look at these. They are wire bound quilt pattern books. I assume they're quilt patterns. Welcome back to Lori's Farm with Farm Girl Vintage 2. Lori has rounded up 45 unique 6-inch and 12-inch quilt blocks inspired by her rural roots. She has also designed 13 new projects, including quilts, pillows, a pincushion, and of course, a fantastic new sampler quilt. As always, you can mix and match quilt blocks from Lori's previous books for endless possibilities. So, I don't quilt. I have no desire to quilt. 2 of you will be getting one of these. Amazed, 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 amazed. So, thank you to the Fat Quarter Shop. I appreciate you including me. All right, shop news. I have 1 new design up. I had hoped to have more, but I spent a lot of this week, since Thursday when I announced the opening, so it hasn't been a full week yet. I spent a lot of time though playing in Photoshop, trying to get a feel for, I guess, a different type of design, and mostly to do with florals. But let me show you, take this off of the keyboard. Ugh. Let me show you the one I did get up. This is called Fall Splendor. So this is actually a picture taken at the apartment complex that we lived at in Maryland, in Odenton, Maryland. And I just love, and I did play with it, play with the saturation, play with the softness to kind of give it a dreamy look. But I love how you have the bright greens of the ending summer with the amazing colors of fall, just all in this one scene. And then they have this really cute bridge back there. So that is in the store. Again, high res, low res, small print, large print, all the options. I hope those are making sense to you guys. Have any questions, let me know. I did have a couple of my friends when they bought patterns, they never got the order email, and the order email is what has the download link in it. I'm also, when they got in touch with me, I tried to manually send the order invoice to them, and they didn't get that either. We don't know what's going on. Mike suspects both of these have more, I guess, smaller companies for their email services, their email provider, and Mike suspects that the smaller companies may have stricter controls on who they're letting emails in from. Perhaps, well, it's just a download link, it's not even an attachment. We're not sure what's happening in those cases. If it happens to you, let me know. I need to, have as much information as possible. But I also just sent them the file, the PDF, just from my direct email account. So if there's a problem, we'll work it out and we'll make sure we get the download to you. Now that does mean that actually, what I should have done, I might have them check this, is log into their account and go into their account to reach the download link from there. I hadn't thought of that. See, I'm just learning this all. So we have to work that out yet. But what I've been working on, I have a lot of flower pictures. I had, when we lived in Maryland, before we moved to Florida, I had a gorgeous garden in the front, flower beds. My father was an avid gardener, both flowers and vegetable garden. He was a farmer at heart. I'm not a farmer at heart, but I love flowers. When he died, I did get a little bit of money, and I used that money. We brought in a landscape architect, and had these gorgeous kind of raised stone beds put in, and I had so many different flowers, and I love to take pictures of them, so I have a lot of flower pictures. But my flower pictures are along the lines, now this doesn't happen to be in my bed, in one of my flower beds. This happens to be along a lake in Massachusetts, where we were riding our bikes. But my flower pictures are very much like the flower is foreground focused with a lot of background blurred. So I've been working on a way to not have you have to stitch all that blurry background, and playing with my digital scrapbooking knowledge as well. I don't know whether it works, so I don't know whether this is something people would want to cross stitch or not. But here is that picture. So I've masked out and used brushes to kind of create a different edging, taking out some of that background, but still bringing the flowers, having the flowers be the focus. So this is that picture on a navy blue background. And this is it on like a pale blue background, just to give you a feel for what that might look like depending on what fabric you chose. The other one I'm working with is this one. I had some Rudbeckia in my flower beds. I had a little, whether that's a moth or a butterfly, land on it. So I had a photo mask thing that I put the picture on, so you have this kind of different swirls, brush strokes, leaf edging. So a lot of then the blurred background is gone. You have interesting edging, and then again that main flower in focus in the center. So I would love to know what you think of this. For those of you that, even if you don't like the full coverage, does this give you an option that you might be interested in? It's still mostly full coverage, I understand that. But let me know what you think. If this is something that I should pursue, I don't know whether anybody would want to cross stitch this or not, basically. This is obviously the photo, not the computer generated cross stitch image like this one is. This is the computer generated. So let me know what you think of that. The other one I've been working on is this one, a bird of paradise. I don't remember where I took this picture, somewhere in Florida. So this is the original image. And then I removed the background totally on this one. This is the high resolution option. Let me know which one you would prefer to stitch. The one with the more interest in the background. It's just the leaves. I don't know how well you can see that in the photo, but it's just the leaves blurred and shaded. And then that gorgeous bird of paradise with all those wonderful colors in the foreground. So that, what I may do is put both of them up. So for those that might like that background, so it has more interest, and I would do a high res and low res version of this one, but this one I would just do one version since it's mostly gone anyway. So pretty. So those are the flower ones I've been playing with. Let me know what you think. I would love to know, especially the ones I've been playing with the background with the different masks, if that's something you would want to stitch. This one is one I started to work on yesterday. We will get my little Instagram comment out of there. This is a wreath from Williamsburg, Virginia, Colonial Williamsburg. We went there a couple weeks before Christmas, and it was all decorated for Christmas. So this is one of the wreaths. This is the stitch model from the cross stitch software. So this is kind of a herbal cooking Christmassy wreath. So that's the high res version. I haven't done the low res version of that. I hope to get that done and up today. And then I found this going through my photos. I love St. Augustine, Florida. Love it. We have spent multiple trips there, wandering the streets, taking pictures. They have a fantastic whiskey, hard liquor distillery, whiskey, gin, all those types of things. They have a fantastic chocolate shop that you can take a tour of and do samples. And the whiskey distillery and the chocolate shop are within blocks of each other. I love St. Augustine. So this is a door in St. Augustine. I will be working on this one soon as well. Love doors. So many things. I have sunset ones I'm in the process of. I found somebody had asked me about fall ones, so I found that one from Maryland. I also have some photos from Taganic Falls. Did I say that right, Laura? Taganic? Upstate New York, Finger Lakes area. Knit with Laura Nelkin. Knit Ithaca. I went to that the first year she had it, and we did a hike down to the falls. And so that is one picture from there. And this was in November, I believe, so it had just started to ice up, but it was still had some of the fall foliage. Fishermen in the river coming down from the falls. So I will be working on all of these in the near future, and this is the falls from the lookout above. I know it's a lot of rock. That one might just be better as an image, right? Okay, guys, that is all I have for you today. Like I said, I would love your opinion on those images. I need your help to know when Heaven and Earth Designs is having a sale so I can rebuy Farewell to Anger. Things we do. So let's see. I've decided I am not going to do any magazine flip-throughs anymore. Something has to give, and that's going to be it. I don't know whether that, I know enough other people do flip-throughs that I don't think it's going to be that much of a loss. So, Friday, stitch with me. I will be back, probably working on mushrooms. And I hope to have a lot of news for you, a lot of fun stuff, as always. Until then, you guys have a fantastic week. Speaking of fall, it's getting to be that time for most of the country. Enjoy it. Enjoy the cooler weather. And I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.